Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Torment, Tides of Numenera. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're to join me today here in the Order of Truth, as we touch this machine that apparently makes levies, and try to figure out a way to, well, remake the levy that we found back in, Cliff's Edge, I think is the name of that location, for a guy that apparently, well, if you guys don't remember, basically the levy was it was built using a year that a made-up year, really, from the life of that guy. I don't remember his name though, but he said he didn't want to give up another year. So I'm gonna try and fix the levy without that. If this doesn't work, then we're gonna need to talk to somebody higher up and try to figure out what we can do about that. So let's see what this is all about. This machine is a chaotic assemblage of metal tanks and tubing. A work table mounted, with a spare part stands beside it, and it's connected by wires to an oddly familiar sarcophagus and other devices. Okay, let's examine the machine first, as per usual. As it turns out, there is very little to examine. Every access point to the machine has been carefully sealed. Some of the hatches and panels are worn with use. They are likely accessed by the Order when they perform maintenance on the machine. Others are gleaming ornate locks with twisted keyholes, unmarred by the scratches and nicks of careless, everyday use. You run your hand across its surface and feel the ghost of another person's hand doing the same. It probably was the changing god, not me, because it was used it was back when the changing god had another body, not the body we have right now. So let's try to determine why this machine looks so familiar. Oh, easy peasy. Let's go with that. I do need to sleep though. The memory opens like a gaping mouth and closes around you. Hot wind pulls at your robes, jagged grit claws at your eyes. Squinting through the storm, you see the machine half buried in the sand. Curiously, you wedge open the panel, curiously apparently, not curious. Inside is a sphere, sparkling like a jewel, but soft to the... Life drains from you into the sphere like blood from a wound. The machine is stealing your life. Growling, you return to favor, ripping the sphere from the machine and regarding it with cold eyes. The memory releases you abruptly, leaving you panting in front of the machine, which is not the ruined monstrosity your predecessor discovered in the Archopelagian ruins. You know, however, that the orb is sealed somewhere inside this device. So I assume this is... So it's what it does. So it's the heart of the machine, I suppose. Let's try and examine it again, because there's nothing to... There's nothing to lose there. So let's pick through the spare parts on the table, because we're gonna need those, yeah. We're gonna try to determine how the machine works. That's cool. You sort through the jumbled components on the table, or components on the table. There aren't many, nor are there any duplicates. These appear to be spare parts for the machine. Okay, let's try to determine how it works. Simple enough. Don't even need to use my 3 edge. After several minutes of examining the spare parts on the table and the machine itself, you think you understand. Most of the components can channel or focus the life taken from a subject. One of them, if you are correct, is the device that pulls the life from the subject. But none of them can store life, even temporarily. Furthermore, there are no duplicate components. You will only have one shot at building the device Finzin's levy needs. Okay, so I don't think... But now that I think of it, what I said at the beginning of the episode kind of doesn't make any sense. Because the guy said he didn't want to use he didn't want to give up another year, because that's what the levy wants. But if I could make the levy stop caring... I was also talking about this last episode, is that the levies are actually people. They are self-conscious. They have a will, apparently, and emotions and all that sort of stuff. But they die after 1 year. My character doesn't know that, or is not aware of that particular, well, I guess, intricacy of how the machines work, and it might not even be true. It might just be my opinion. But my character doesn't. I didn't play my character with that in mind. So if I somehow neuter the machine's intelligence or kill it outright, that could work as well. But I don't think I want to do that. Not purposely anyway. But if I could find a way to fix it, cipher for Finzin and his levy. I'm just gonna go with that, but that's gonna require me to sleep, because at this point it's better to not risk anything terrible happening. Although I could just use my replenishing things, but that's gonna force me to reload most likely because I don't know what the quick fingers is gonna be. I believe it is, since it's gonna be lower machinery, it's gonna be a intellect pull thing. But anyway, from here, where can we go? Well, where do we need to go? We need to go down here. Don't talk to those guys because they smell. We need to go down here to the circus miner place, and I'm also gonna save the game over here with a quick save. Because we're going down there because it's cheap. It's 40 for 4 guys. That's pretty cheap instead of what's less than half the price that we pay in Caravanserai. And we still get the Fettle of Well Rested. I think we still have it, or should have anyway. That's see, inspired. Not really. So you have a Venus Ditty. A Venus Ditty? Oh, because he's got a he's got a thing. How is he even? Anyway, let's talk to Casmine over here. Hello. You return, revered one. Oh, it's Mimion that talks. How may we assist you today? Let me see your things for a small remuneration, of course, so I can sell you some of my crap, because I'm gonna try and sell him. It says usable artifact, RF. Yeah, we still need to look at these things. These are oddities, so these don't mean anything. This is the antagonist. I think these are just a Kickstarter backers items, because this was more or less of a joke. So let's sell that over there. You know, I think it is more or less of a joke, but I can't really understand what it means. So this one apparently can be used. Why couldn't this one? What is that? This brightly colored aquatic creature has a short loop of elastic. Let's not sell that because apparently it can be used. The jelly over here, sell that. The shield, let's keep that one. Excuse me. Let's see, 2 weeks and a day. This is just an item. I'm gonna keep that one. I don't think I'm gonna need that. And this one, I can't really do anything. It's just an oddity, so the Father Teller is gonna be sold. Hope I don't need it later. These are my ciphers up here. Everything is good. I'm gonna give this shield to somebody else, but that's that.
Emeritus, why are you doing this anyway? What's in this for you?
Adventure and fun and friends.
Hopefully.
We're friends, right?
Against my better judgment, I think we might be.
Oh, look at that. Aligern is warming up to Eratis. Last, in between episodes, actually, right after I stopped recording last episode, Eratis said something like, you're not really that... no, under those sparkly lights, you're pretty dim, aren't you? He made a pun, right? A connection. And Eratis just said, what sparkly lights? And he went like, yeah, I figured. Or, hypothesis confirmed. He said something like that. Oh boy, they have fun, I suppose. This is a healing sword. That's for lifesteal. I'm gonna give you the shield if you can. No, that's not it. Nope, he can't wear that. Why not? Does it say that it's two-handed? And he's not complaining, but he's saying things on the background. Okay, well, these things can only be used by me, so I'm gonna sell them. And that's also sleep over here, because that's very important. Okay, so continue. Yep. So sell that. Because I don't need it. So good money, I suppose. Where's my money? Over there. Where's my money? And Mimion, I need to sleep. So I'd like to join your group. No, I wouldn't. Why would he? Yeah. Let's sleep. How much? 40. Yeah, I'll pay. Thank you very much. Rest well, he says. Well, hopefully, as long as nobody kills me in the night, I think we'll be fine. Do we actually rest well? No, we do not. Okay. So there's an advantage in sleeping in Caravanserai because it gives you the well-rested buff. That gives you plus 5% to evasion, plus 5%. Well, it's basically like the inspired one, but just where I'm mistaking it. I could be mistaking it. But anyway, let's try to fix the machine, get this job done with, and then we'll need to. Ayin, who knows? The who knows is a little bit weird, and this little fish creature's still going around over there. Excuse me. My voice is weird today, I apologize. But, yeah, we're gonna need to... This is basically done in here. Everything is done in here, except for this machine. So we're gonna continue exploring outside. Unless this takes us on a big adventure. Let's see what happens. So, using the parts here... Oh, look at that! I'm not the best at this. Huh. Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay, so you are gonna try... Yeah, you're gonna be the one. Although he can have 100%. Does his weapon focus on speed? Hopefully not. But I think it does. So I need to look at his weapon then. Because That's something that some of you pointed out in the comments, and ooh, look at that. The goal, of course, is to channel the life directly from Finzen to his levy, with no immediate intermediary step. It will not be as elegant as the machine beside you, but it should work. Working with great care, you fit the delicate components together with quiet snicks and clacks, following the insubstantial blueprint in your mind. Clack. There, done. Finzen and his levy await. Okay. So, this is the blinking and humming. Okay, it's a quest item. I don't think I want it. Because I don't want to do it like that. But, well, couldn't do it like this. We're gonna need to ask the, I'm gonna look at the journal. So this blinking and humming assembly of synth and metal parts coupled together from spare components of the machine that creates the levies of Saga's Cliffs. The device should transfer a single year of life from a human to his or her respective levy, assuming both parties are willing, of course. So I was gonna need to convince him to actually be able to do that. I feel that might be the best for him. But since he didn't want that, I'm not gonna go against his wish. I think it's gonna be the best for him because if I talk to the higher ups about what's going on, he might lose his citizenship. But well, he made it a request. We're doing him a favor. People ask me for favors, and I'll do that. So let's see. So his name is Finzen, as we read before. Excuse me. So who do I need to do? According to Finzen, I could report the levy's strange behavior to the captain of levies, who can be found in the government square. So that's where we need to go, and that's the levies down there. You saw that at the bottom left, and we're gonna go there most likely. What is this? We didn't come up here. This looks like a portal. Can I? Oh, I can't. Look at that. Towering above you is an enormous archway of metal and synth. Energy pulses through the structure, spilling from thin, transparent panels in subtle shades of gold and cyan, I think. Examine the archway more closely. It appears to be dormant, but very much alive. The archway emits a low and constant hum just at the edge of your hearing. Across the top, illuminated words are inscribed. The House of Empty Time. Oh, so this is what it is. Heavy, rope-like cables connect the archway to the strange generator nearby. "Yeah, not as impressive as it looks," mutters Aligern. "The real work is being done by the generator here." He points to the ancient device that's connected to the archway by a number of cables. Someone channeled the temporal energies to achieve some purpose of their own. It's a hack job. Must have been an Aeon priest. He grins wickedly. Huh. Have you studied this archway before? Once or twice, years ago. It was here long before I came to Sagas. Used to hear stories about children disappearing when they walked under the arch, but I never saw it happen myself. Yeah, I think, yeah. Let's examine it again. Let's see what happens. It appears to be dormant now, but it emits a low and constant hum. The House of Empty Time. Okay. I wonder if that's like a time pocket or something like that, and that's why it's called Empty Time, because it's kind of weird. It should be the House of Time normally, right? Because these guys are time travelers. What looks like it anyway. So why empty? I am gonna leave it alone for right now. I'm just gonna save. My character is actually I'm gonna save because I might do something really, really bad, and I don't want that. But let's try and activate the portal, and let's live with the consequences of that. Unless there's something really, really terrible. Oh, nothing happens. You scan the parts of the arch that are accessible from the ground, but you don't see anything that resembles a control device. Finally, you give up your search. If the arch can be activated at all, the method is unclear. Perhaps it could only be activated by the words of its creator, or someone designated by that person. Such things are not unknown in the Ninth World. Okay, so we need to figure out, we need to talk to these guys or something. I don't know. Got hiccups now. Terrible things today. Power still flows through this ancient machine. I think they might be like solar collectors or something like that, because we've seen some of these before. And wasn't some of these things that powered the clock that we kind of broke in the Circus Minor? I don't remember. A brassy heartbeat pulses within it, just at the edge of hearing, and tiny bubbles orbit the entire structure. No bubbles. Holes in space. They're little black holes. Of course, little black holes are... Well, this doesn't exist. These can't be black holes, because a black hole... The nature of a black hole is that you're gonna have... The reason why it's black is because everything else is being pulled towards it so fast that including light can get out. Because light is always pulling out, right? yeah, it's just so fast that it's just so strong. And that's why it's, well, that's why it's theorized that that a black hole exists. So in our current understanding of physics, that's the only way to make a black hole, or a black hole, right? Even though we can't really explain how a singularity can exist and how it can be, how it can actually be, but this wouldn't exist. If a tiny black hole or a big black hole, it still will murder everything near it. But so it's not black holes. It is time holes, sort of thing. Holes in space. Wormholes, maybe? I suppose. Maybe, I don't know. Let's examine the device. This generator combines a huge number of mismatched parts into a functional whole. Once again, you notice the cercinate symbol etched into the side, like a maker's mark. The cercinate symbol. Oh, the cercinate, what is that symbol? We've seen this before, but is it that thing over there, or it's to the side, so I can't really see it from here. Okay, let's look through the orbiting holes in space. For the moment, nothing lies beyond the tiny holes but utter darkness. Okay, so... See, this is why I try again. This is why I try again. Look at that, you step too close, and one of the anomalies hisses past your hip, like a disc made of razors. One of your pouches feels heavier. It seems the anomaly has left you a present. Okay, light, that's just an oddity. Light moves strangely through this glass cube, forming square patterns of blue and purple colors. It's just... I'm
starting to figure this weird place out.
Well, she leveled up. I was actually prepared to lose something. But you lock your eyes on a hole, watching it orbit. Sometimes the buildings it passes in front of are still there. Sometimes they're on fire. Most of the time, however, nothing lies beyond the hole in the air, but blackened wastes and whirling dust. I wonder if that's the future or the past. Because something happened. You hear that? A sizzling beam shoots out of the hole and strikes you dead in the eye. It doesn't hurt in the slightest. Instead, your mind is briefly filled with a mouth-watering image of a slab of grilled something and the chummy tones of an advertiser's sales pitch in a language you don't recognize. That's an interesting way. For the moment, nothing lies. But, okay, sweet. That's good. It's good that nothing killed me through the black holes and that Reen leveled up. Yes, I know. So she is very low level. She's still tier 1 and we're all tier 2 by now. Yeah. And she's making her way. So let's see. I'm gonna need her... what's she good at? She got healing. That's gonna be most likely intellect. She's got perception. I believe that's intellect as well. Quick fingers is speed. She's the only one that actually has quick fingers. But I think with my edge and my stat pool, I need more effort though, eventually, I suppose. I wonder if you can just within this game should be pretty easy to solo if you want to. But anyway, I'm gonna give her maybe a skill. Let's look at the skill she has. So lore natural and lore machinery, I think I'm good at those. Let's make sure. Lore natural and lore machinery. So lore in general, I'm good at. Oh, yeah, I have the lore machinery. I think was it from the beginning? Yeah. So Aligern has got the really nice lore machinery right there. That's why he actually was better at the quick fingers things. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's keep looking at the skills over here. And lore mystical over there. So she has got healing, +5 bonus per level healed when any healing abilities or item is used. The ability confers -2. Okay, so I need a healing item for her, but she doesn't actually have those abilities, does she?
Why are your tattoos swirling?
They're not.
Yes, they are. They move all the time. Look, they're swirling right now.
How long are we supposed to escort this delightful jewel?
Yeah.
Where next?
Oh, where next? She asks. Yeah. So yeah, Aligern is not dealing as well with her as I thought he might. But yeah, well, he's a grumpy old man. I suppose he's old. But let's see. So we got. I'm probably not gonna go with the perception. Would be nice. But I think extra stat pools on intellect might be a little bit better. Let's go with intellect and speed, both of them. Although, yeah, let's go with just both with intellect for right now, because I want perception and healing. Healing, actually, yeah, let's distribute this because perception doesn't. It's just the only. It's the only actual skill that probably is going to be triggered, and these two are going to be triggered a little bit more. But he doesn't have quick fingers. Okay, so that's that. That's the level up done. We can't do anything else over here. Let's zoom back so I can see what is up here. That's that symbol over there, isn't it? It kind of matches it, but not really. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. Let's see who we need to talk to. We have a couple of nanos over there. We have levies. These levies are... That's a city official over there. So do I need to talk to that guy over there? Because we talked to the council clerk already. Hey, sir. I got news for you. It's my job to inspect the levies. Gods know they want they won't report broken equipment on their own. They want? Seriously? They're robots. Come on. Stylized writings along the base of the statue read, Chilla the Great, who struck off our chains. Oh, this is... Yeah, this is... the one responsible for the rebellion against the slave masters. I suppose slave masters is probably not the word. We have Sigen over here that we didn't talk to. Hello, sir. Very nice cape. The other ones don't have capes. This woman... Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I do apologize, but... I'm from up here, you know, and your robot's got in front of your... body. This woman is dressed much like the levies who flank her, but unlike them, her expression is sober and alert. Yeah, because the other guys are always smiling, that's what they do. Her hair is cut short, the corners of her eyes wrinkled with crow's feet. A little swarm of monsters drones, why did I say that? A little swarm of mechanical, that's swarm I think, a mechanical drones circle around her, buzzing messages in her ears. She whispers replies in return, and every so often, one of them whisks away, I should say, disappearing into the city. What is it, citizen? She pauses, eyes darting to your tattoo, then to your face. No, you're the one they call Aden. I heard you were in the city. You sense a sudden wariness in her. It's been 10 years since your last visit. I was too young to know you then, but the drones remember. Oh, so they are the ones whispering. Oh, okay. Whispering advice into her ears, and just that's why she knows. So what do they remember about me? On cue, two of her attendant drones clip or dip close to her ear, emitting a stream of raspy noise that might be some sort of language. You kept to your own affairs, she says, but everywhere you went, the city held its breath. People deferred to you, even the ones with power and influence. You looked the same as you do now, exactly the same. I want to know why, and if you don't mind telling me, I want to know what you're doing in Sagas now. The stories tell me, she thinks, the stories they tell me are troubling. I'll have to keep an eye on this one. Okay, so I think... Okay, I think there's a reason to not tell... to actually tell her that I am not the changing god. But it's not really something I can say right now. I'm trying to escape a creature that's hunting me. Let's see if she can help me. Smoking tendrils, grasping talons, a towering, nebulous shape? She sees the look on your face and nods. Yeah, I've seen it. But only through the eyes of a drone. Not long ago, it killed a man. Oh, look at that. One of them came in, I think. I was looking down here, but I think they did. Not long ago, it killed a man in the streets. A man with the same mark you bear. If anyone else knew, there'd be panic. Even if it's only hunting people like you. I haven't told anyone, not even the council. Another drone swoops past you, stopping just short of the woman's head. It unleashes a series of raspy buzzes and squawks. She whispers something to it, then glances back in your direction. What was it you wanted? As she turns her face back to the drone, something about her profile strikes you as familiar. In that moment, she looks so much like the ghostly girl you met in the... Oh, yeah, a woman of power. You guys remember? Yep. She looks so much like the ghostly girl you met in the Fifth Eye that they could be the same person. Though this woman seems 20 years older at least. Who are you? Sigen, captain of levies. I'm not a levy myself, but I command them. Tell me about the levies. She gestures at two burly, smiling men to her left and right. They look like identical twins. Soldiers in the council's service. They keep order in the city. Her lips purse briefly, but she continues. Every citizen is required to raise a levy for the city's service. The price is a year of their lives. Okay, so she's not completely of the opinion that they keep the order in the city, but why? Do your levies keep every district safe? No, she frowns. Underbelly lives under its own laws. Cliff's Edge lives under no laws at all. Yeah, I kind of found that was the case, to be honest. So, if the levies don't keep order in the Underbelly, then who does? A man called Fulsome. Her expression is unreadable. I don't know anything about him. Except that the council needs him, so he does whatever he likes, she thinks. Oh, really? Well, he seemed to me more like a sheriff sort of thing. But why would they need him? Why don't you send any levies to Cliff's Edge? A lot of homes have been collapsing, and the city hasn't been able to help. Her tone is cautiously neutral. The city believes that the presence of levies could incite them to violence. Actually, there's a levy there, but that's kind of probably all the more reason for it to be weird, because the levy that is there is the crazy one. It's the Memo Vita, she thinks. The council is giving her free reign outside the bloom as well. The Memo Vita, of course, controls the bloom. But the council is giving her free reign? Why? So how are they raised? I know that, but yeah. Anyone who lives in the city can become a citizen at 16 years of age, or the equivalent if they're not human. There's only one requirement. They step into a machine at the Order of Truth, and it takes away a year of the citizen's life. It uses that year to create a levy. She lowers her voice, seemingly for the benefit of the levy standing beside her. That 1 year is all a levy gets. When it's over, they die. Really? They seem awfully happy. Well, a smile and a pleasant demeanor could have 100 explanations, yet this whole city is fooled by them. She shakes her head. I know the levies better than anyone, so the truth is plain to me. Though, I'd be lying if I claimed to truly understand them. And she thinks, if I only had a year to leave that wasn't my own, I wouldn't be happy either. Yeah, that's... Are you sure they aren't happy? Okay, maybe this is gonna be the gateway for our character to understand the problem with the levies over here. They only seem so. Their face is flat, unreadable. They're not. Why do they all look the same? They don't, but the differences are subtle. Citizens can usually tell their own levies apart from the rest. She glances at one of the smiling levies standing next to her. I don't know why they look so much alike, but they're all born from the same machine in the Order of Truth. Well, maybe that's the reason, isn't it? Are you sure they... Okay. Are you sure they aren't happy? Why can't I ask that again? Okay, good. I have another question. So... What were you saying to the drones? They carry my orders to levies all around the city, and they bring reports from the levies back to me. She reaches out a hand, and one of the drones buzzes something unintelligible. A few years ago, the Aeon priests found them buried underground and brought them back to life. I learned their language, so our conversations are safe from prying ears. Oh, really? That's a way of doing things. Unless you can store the sound and then try to learn their language by reading their sounds over and over again and then come back. Or just standing around here and listening. So, what's the building behind you over there? She frowns. How is it that you don't recognize the seat of government? I know you lived here for a time. I must learn more about these Castoffs, she thinks. Something isn't right about them. Wait a minute. She's not... That doesn't make sense. I think the game might be... I might be confused, or the game might be confused. She can't regard me as a Castoff all along, unless the Changing God was around as a Castoff. Was that the case? Because, you know what I mean? Look at that. So I must learn more about these Castoffs. Either she's pretending not to know I'm a Castoff, which is exactly what happened with the other guy in the Order of Truth, at least in my eyes, or I was a Castoff before, which means I didn't get birthed or born by falling from the sky. I'm amnesiac, or the Changing God pretended. There's another, or there's a lot of possibilities here. Or the Changing God pretended to be a Castoff to just protect his identity, which could be a thing actually. But didn't just tell it to some of them. I don't know. Probably could be. But I think I just have my answer over here or something. To tell the truth, I've lost my memory. Let's say that. You've lost more than that, she says. I've seen images of you through the eyes of the drones. 10 years ago, you moved differently, carried yourself like a king in the steadfast. You've lost your soul, or gained one. He's not who he was, she thinks. That's a pain I understand all too well. Which has directly to do with her being part of the whole thing that's stealing people. I don't mean to be harsh. She gives you a faint smile. Thank you for being honest with me. Yeah, I think she's gonna help me. Well, hopefully I will help her, but we'll see. She waves a hand at the doors behind her. The council meets in there. A representative from every slave family and from some of the guilds, depending upon who's in favor. Hardly anyone goes in through the doors, though, and they're just a formality. Most people have other ways to getting inside and out. Okay. So... I've never seen a building like this one before. What is it? Well, they say it's a ship, built by the ancients to sail the void between worlds. Now the crag grips it tight, like an old husband holds his wife, and it'll never sail free again. Yeah, we've read about this. So this is, yeah. Well, I mean, we were told about this before. So I think we have the 2 quests that we need to do over here. And we're out of time as well. So farewell to you, whoever you really are. Yeah, I think I just lost my memory, but I guess we'll find out. For right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Torment, Tides of Numenera. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.